All right, so we have our inputs and our zone set up for our restaurant. Now it's time to move on to the output module. We're gonna now set up physical outputs. These are the actual connections on the back of the unit, the amplifier stage, for our specific zones or for those outputs. Okay, so looking at the output module, the first section I have here is routing. Now again, if you look up top, you have options for output 1 and output 2. This is dependent on the chassis that you're using. I'm using a 600.2, so I'm only seeing 2 outputs, right? You can name these outputs. I'm gonna leave them as is, just for clarity's sake, and we'll start working on output 1. Now, I want the physical output number 1 on the back of my 600.2 to drive the dining room, okay? Now I had that set up. There we go. Dining room is selected. And let's do the output number 2 for bar. And by default, it actually has selected bar for me, which is perfect. Now, here is where we can increase or decrease the amplifier stage on the back of the unit, right? Again, output gain staging. So if I think that is okay, I'll leave it as is, but I do have room to play with. And let's, since the dining room is gonna be more of a low listening level, we'll leave it at -6. And then of course, at the bar, we might wanna drive that up, maybe closer to 0 dB, right? So I'll put it right there, which is great. A couple other things you can do on the output stage, per an output, is you can flip polarity, which is right here. You can mute outputs, which is right here. And then of course, you can do your routing. So now going down the line on the left-hand side here, for more advanced processing, we're not gonna dive too deep into this. We do have a delay option, a time delay option where you can set delay in milliseconds, in sample rate, in feet, and also in meters. You have an output EQ. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Again, this is the next EQ stage for the physical outputs. Again, we talked about an input EQ, right? So here's another option. I'm gonna click on edit. And here you're actually giving access or getting access to 10 bands on the output stage, right? So again, if I wanted to do the same thing, let's say I want a high tilt on output number 1, and I then want to actually do something else, I can add band 2, and then maybe decrease that on the low end a little bit. I can go to band 3, turn that on, move it up, maybe increase some highs or decrease some highs. And then also you have a plethora of different filter types for that EQ, right? And they're all here. There is a ton of different shelving options and high passes and low passes that you can really tailor that specific output to that specific zone, which is very unique and very powerful. All right, let's say we're happy with this. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. And then we'll move on to one of the most powerful things, aside from the zone module in this platform, and that is the speaker preset section. Now, there are a lot of options here. We're not gonna dive too deep in. What I do wanna highlight is the ability to select custom presets or presets that we've developed in-house, that we spent a lot of time doing, that are preloaded in this amplifier. So if I have speaker preset highlighted here and I click on from library, you are given the option of every single Sonance Professional loudspeaker available for you today. And these give you a great starting point. And I'll show you actually. Let's apply a unit. We'll go with the Professional in ceiling, and we'll select one of our brand new high output units. We'll select this one, right? So also you can see that we've tailored these with impedance levels. So 70 volt, 100 volt, and then of course we have a low impedance option. But let's do 70 volt on the 85 RTBF. We'll hit use selected, and boom, preset applied, it's locked in. Now, if you wanna see what that looks like, or if you wanna tailor it even more, you can click on customize preset, boom, and then you can actually see all the processing that has been done under the hood, and you can actually adjust all that. So we can see that the preset applied here is given this EQ curve, but if I wanted to go in and edit it even further, I can do that and do whatever I want and customize it and then save it, right? That's your own custom preset. So there's a lot you can do in this section, but to keep it simple for background audio, load the preset. It's a great starting point, right? You're gonna surpass that stage, and then you can actually tune the space and dive deeper into each individual preset. There's a couple of other options I want to highlight under speaker preset in the output module, and that's FIR filters. So you can actually import those filters by clicking this button here. You can adjust driver alignment, right? Samples, milliseconds, feet, and meters. You can flip polarity, which is super cool. We have 3 options for limiting. We have a clip limiter, a peak limiter, and an RMS limiter. And then lastly, we have our output mode. This is where you select the actual impedance on the physical chassis per output. So again, PowerZone Connect Pro is optimized for high Z. Out of the box, you're going to have high Z 70 volt actually selected. If you wanted to run the amplifier platform in a low Z scenario, you can also do that.